This right here is my Ring camera. As of a few days ago, I cannot turn this camera off unless I pay more money to Amazon. I have the Ring app on my phone. The camera sits in the same spot in my apartment. Whenever I leave my apartment, I go into the app and I press away so that the camera turns on and it's monitoring the apartment while I'm away. When I get home, I go into the app and I press home. That shuts the camera off. It stops recording because now I'm home and we're all good. The other day when I opened the app, the away and home modes have disappeared from the app. They're not on the screen anymore. I thought, this must be a glitch. So I logged out, I logged back in. Still wasn't there. I deleted the app, I downloaded it, made sure I had the latest version, etc. Still wasn't there. I log into my Ring account on my computer. Couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Finally, I called Ring customer service and I said, yeah, the home and away features don't work anymore. They're not there. The guy on the phone tells me, yes, sir, this is part of a new update. Here we go. Already I'm being hit with the double speak. Taking away features is now called an update. He's like, yeah, this is a new update. You'll need to subscribe to the Ring Plus or Ring Premium, whatever it's called, the premium plan, if you want to keep this feature. And I'm like, so the thing I paid for, which is the camera, is now essentially useless unless I agree to pay whatever price that you guys have named for this premium subscription, right? He's like, no, sir, actually the camera still works because you still have access to motion schedules, which he explained to me. You can go in the app and in the settings, you can set a schedule each day for when the camera is on. But that's not helpful to me because, like most people, I'm sure, I don't know for certain at which times I'm going to be home and away every single day. What if there's a day where I have to run to the store for 20 minutes and during that time someone broke into my apartment? It's just not going to be recorded because I didn't have that time frame set on the motion schedule. Home and away, when it comes to a camera like this, is essentially on and off. It's the most basic functionality that I can think of for this device. This device does one thing. It records video. It records audio too, but the main thing that's important is that it records video. Nobody would buy this if it was just an audio recorder. An audio recorder doesn't help you if someone breaks into your house and you have the audio recording of it. That's not going to really help the police to track down the person. For all intents and purposes, the most important functionality of this device is that it captures visually with the eyeball what's happening in the space that it's pointed at. The inability to switch from home and away, in my opinion, basically makes this useless. Either it's always on and always recording me, which I don't want, or it's never recording anything, which makes it useless because the whole reason I bought it is so that it's recording when I'm not home. Just to show you that I'm not a heartless anti-capitalist, I tried to put myself in Amazon's shoes. I was like, you know what? Maybe there are so many millions more people using Ring cameras today than there were, I don't know, a couple of years ago when they first came out with this subscription model, and they need the extra money because it's like, you know, their operating costs have increased. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it's true. And even if it is true, we're talking about Amazon, like the biggest company in the world. So I don't, you know, but again, I'm like reaching for a justification here to try to put myself in their shoes. So I'm trying to gaslight myself at this point. If it had been a 10% increase, I would have gone, okay, you know what? Maybe they have so many new customers. It's their overhead has increased. They need more server space, processing, cloud storage. I'll make it up. I'll gaslight myself. And I would have paid it if it was 10%. Or 15%. Hell, if it was even 20, 25% more, I probably would have paid it. Would you believe me if I told you that the new price they're charging just for me to have the away and home feature on the app is more than double the yearly price that I was paying before? More than double. Protect Basic auto renews at $6 a month or $60 a year per device. So I only had one device, so I was paying $60 a year. Here's what this plan gives you. Essential features for one doorbell or home camera. Video saving and sharing for one Ring device. Okay. Snapshot capture. Okay. Avoid unwanted motion alerts. See photos of visitors and notifications. 10% off Ring devices at ring.com. Download more videos at once. Previously, this list would have included set the camera to home and away. In my opinion, that was an essential feature. Here we go. Ring Protect Plus. Auto renews at $15 a month or $150 per year. So we're going from $6 a month to $15 a month, from $60 a year to $150 per year, more than double. Let's look at the features. So I'm gonna translate. I'm gonna offer you real-time subtitles, real-time translation. for what each of these things is, because most of these are actually the same thing in my opinion. Plan benefits include video saving and sharing for all Ring devices. To me means the camera visually can capture an image. Next feature, snapshot capture. Well, that's the same thing. The camera is capturing visual. Event summary. Okay, a list. Great. Avoid unwanted motion alerts. Okay, great. See photos of visitors and notifications. Okay, again, a visual capture. Priority alerts. Okay, a visual capture. Multicam live view. Okay, cool. I'll give that a point. Live view picture in picture. More of an app functionality thing than anything, but okay. Camera home and away modes. See, they've moved this feature to the premium list, but I can attest to the fact that I had access to this ever since I bought the camera. Let me show you what the Ring terms of service says. We're always trying to improve the products and services, so they may change over time. Already, I think they've broken their word on this part, because taking away a feature and locking it behind a paywall when it was something I had before, to me, is not an improvement at all. My opinion. Don't sue me, Amazon. My opinion. We may suspend or discontinue any parts of the services, or we may introduce new features or impose limits on certain features or restrict access to parts or all parts of the products or services. Similarly, we reserve the right to remove any content from the services at any time for any reason in our sole discretion and without notice. We may change any aspect of the products or services, including without limitation, the applicable fees and or features related to the products or services at any time and for any reason in our sole discretion. So I'm agreeing that the thing I'm agreeing to can change at any time, and whatever you present me after changing the agreement, I also am agreeing to in advance? It's sort of a trick, isn't it? How can you actually agree if what you agree to changes without you knowing? To me, the basis of a scam is deception. I say I'm going to pay you $10 and you're going to give me this in exchange. It's a scam when you don't actually give me that, or I don't actually pay you the full amount. One person did not hold up their end of the deal. What I don't like is when I, as the customer, fork over my hard-earned money, thus holding up my end of the deal, in exchange for the product or service that the company promised me, holding up their end of the deal, but only temporarily, and then later changing the deal to say that the thing I paid for, I'm no longer privileged to access or use.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Literally, Amazon. To me, that's not capitalism. That's just being a fucking crook. I'm on the phone with this customer service guy from Ring. Because I don't have the actual transcript of the phone call, I'm just going to paraphrase. But the guy on the phone kept using the word feature. Features. He kept saying this. And I told him, why do you keep saying the word feature? This isn't a new feature. You've taken away a feature and started charging me more for it and called it an update. And then he had the balls. He had the audacity. When I said that this was a scam, he said, well, it's a business also. I said to him in as respectful a way as I could, I said, look, man, I know it wasn't you personally that made the update. And I would venture to guess that you are not getting a cut of this increased fee that customers are going to be paying. Why are you defending Amazon? This guy who works as a phone customer service rep, I can't imagine it's that glamorous of a job. I can't imagine he's making a ton of money. And here he is on the phone actually arguing on behalf of this business practice, in my opinion, malpractice, defending Amazon. Imagine saying, well, it's a business and we're talking about Amazon. Bro, oh, well, it's a business. We're providing new updates, blah, blah, blah. This is not a feature. This is not an update. This is just greed. It's just greed. Am I going to be able to return this camera to Amazon a year and a half after I bought it? Of course, no. So if I switch over to a different camera system and refuse to pay Ring the price they want me to pay, this is just e-waste. This is just garbage now. And if I pay for the higher subscription, that also doesn't make me feel good because I feel like it's damn near highway robbery. And if I do a third option where I just don't use this anymore and I switch to an entire new ecosystem of products, like let's say I get a camera from a company similar to Ring, but it's not Ring, and they're actually not going to charge me an arm and a leg or, change the terms on me after I've already bought the item. Well, again, this has just gone to waste, and I have to put in that time and effort to getting a new camera. It just sucks because even though I'm only one camera deep into the ecosystem, I don't like being wasteful, and I've gotten used to using the app. I've become familiar with the app. I have an account. I have an Amazon account. It's just going to be an inconvenience. That's what I mean. They get you in with such convenience that it makes it hard to switch over. God forbid Amazon doesn't milk every penny of profit out of me as possible. Should I pay the extra more than double the price, or do I try to punish Amazon like I'm gonna actually do anything. But I mean, that's also paradoxical thinking, right? Because if I think that my impact isn't gonna change anything and everyone adopts that same mindset, well then, yeah, that's true. Then nothing will change. But if everybody, or even a good chunk of people, said, no, I'm not gonna take this, then things would change. I was this close to just biting the bullet and paying for it, and gaslighting myself and telling myself, you know what? This is life. It's always going to get more expensive. Just grind harder, make more money. Nobody cares, which I've told myself for so many years of my life. And that has helped me to like persevere and work hard, and it's brought me a great many things in my life. However, at some point, you're just fucking deluding yourself. At some point, you're just going, work, work. Literally. If you just keep telling yourself that and not actually trying to make accountable the people who are responsible for this ever-increasing cost of being alive, I think that's just like bending over and taking it. Reddit, r/ring. Modes going away? Anyone receive an email from the Ring team saying that starting September 7th, the modes button will no longer appear on your Ring app home screen? You can still access and adjust your individual camera motion schedules, smart alerts, and privacy settings from your device settings in the Ring app. Does this mean the modes feature is disappearing? I feel like this is an essential feature, and I use it all the time. Would be very disappointing to see it go. Here's the comments. What? If true, I am gonna sell all my Ring cameras. Without modes, the whole system is useless for me. I agree. Just got the same email. I am confused as hell. Can't seem to find anything about why it's going away. Somebody says, because increased revenues. Why would they do this? It seems like basic and essential functionality. I use it all the time. Me too. So annoying that there is no explanation or reasoning behind it. Because increasing revenues. Canceled my Ring subscription today because of this change. That was the main feature I used and was the only real way to make my single Ring camera be efficiently useful. Thankfully, my next yearly bill was set to process next week. I'll just have to find a different company that provides the same feature. This is the only reason I pay for the subscription, so that I can easily arm and disarm my indoor cameras. Me too. I just got this in the UK and it makes no sense. I'll never lay them a penny for the subscription. I'm going elsewhere. Fuck Ring. Can't believe you've done this, Ring. I can't believe you've done this. How is this different from me buying a fridge and paying each month for the electricity to keep the fridge running? And then the fridge subscription tells me one day, oh yeah, actually, unless you pay for the premium fridge subscription, you can't open the door to get the food anymore unless you set it to a certain schedule of the day. But it's okay, we're not scamming you because it's still providing the service of keeping your food cold. It's like, okay, technically, yeah, but I want to be able to get my food from the fridge whenever I want it. Oh, sorry, sir, you're gonna have to pay for the premium subscription for that. Have they not made the fridge as close to useless as possible without it actually not keeping food cold? Isn't it almost useless at that point? Well, actually, sir, if you set up an eating schedule, you can open the fridge between these hours. You just need to make sure you're always doing that at the exact same time every day. Well, what if I wake up in the night and I'm hungry and I want to eat something? Oh, sorry, sir, you can't do that. You'll have to pay for the premium. Okay, well, how much is the premium? Oh, well, it's double whatever the electricity contribution of the fridge is to your electricity bill every month. More than double that. Oh, okay. Fuck me, I guess. How is that different? I'm either going to pay however much they want me to pay for the increased subscription, which is still presumably going to be less than buying a whole new fridge, and never mind the hassle, or I have to go buy a whole new fridge to spite them. And there's no guarantee that the next company I buy the next fridge from isn't going to just end up doing the same fucking thing a year from now. It, to me, contributes to a whole bunch of upset people, waste, but of course, none of that matters because the company's making profit, baby. We making that money. Fuck what y'all talking about. We're up over here at Amazon. This is Amazon right now. This is the people over up at Amazon in the corporate office right now after they increased the Ring subscription by more than double the fucking price just to be able to turn it on and off. We can't make this shit up. This happened last year, just over a year ago. FTC sues Amazon for illegally maintaining monopoly power. Amazon's ongoing pattern of illegal conduct blocks competition, allowing it to wield monopoly power to inflate prices, degrade quality, and stifle innovation for consumers and businesses. In my opinion, this new Ring update, which is owned by Amazon, Ring is owned by Amazon, this is exactly that. The subscription model is so out of control that I feel like somebody is going to become a genius innovator and they're going to invent something 10 years from now, which is just something we had like 50 years ago. Like, for example, Netflix was innovative when it came out because it was really like the only game in town. Now, every fucking movie studio, it feels like, has a streaming service. How long before some genius gets the idea to just bundle all these streaming services together for a higher monthly fee and reinvents cable? We're just going back in a circle towards cable. You know?